Bilbo hurried after Gollum. His head was in a whirl of hope and wonder. It seemed that the ring he had was a magic ring. It made you invisible.
Do you think Indiana Jones would know how to fly the Millennium Falcon? Fly, yes. Land, no. Hi, I'm Melissa.
And I'm John, and welcome to Paper Truly. Last time when we were talking about custom invitations, we looked at theme, layout, and concept and saw how they were three different things. We also looked at how your layout can reinforce your theme and your concept. So today, it's all about theme and concept and how they can work together to help you make the most of your custom invitation. You know, when you're doing a totally custom invitation, you can pretty much do whatever you want. But just because you can doesn't mean that you should. Maybe Jeff Goldblum was onto something in Jurassic Park.
I think he was. There's a really popular trend these days with custom invitations to do mashups.
Yeah, and look, we understand you and your future spouse are totally Whovian hobbits who trained as Jedi for Starfleet at Hogwarts.
Yes. Believe me, we speak your language. We're nerds too. But that doesn't mean that including all of those references makes for a strong concept with your invitation. By the way, that's also true with sports, literature, music, any of those kinds of interests.
Yeah. After all, if you've never seen Jurassic Park, my reference a moment ago, it makes absolutely no sense to you. And really, that's the number one problem, the number one challenge we see with custom invitations. You don't want to confuse your guests with 100 different references jumbled into one invitation.
Remember, your theme and your concept need to work really well together with your layout. So the tighter they are, the stronger that the whole thing will be together, and the more responses you'll get for phone calls and texts, and most importantly, RSVPs.
Yeah, you know, your story is more than a bunch of pop culture references. And what you like isn't necessarily who you are. So, with that in mind, let's look at a couple of examples of some custom invitations with a strong theme and concept.
This one here we did for the Item Shop in Munich, Germany. They had a Super Geek Night event, and so they wanted something that tied in with the 8-bit video gaming Legend of Zelda theme. Everything in their shop is awesome, geeky stuff like that. So this fit really well. The theme fit really well with the concept, and the theme work really well because that's what they do and that's their shop and that's who they are. So when you open the little treasure chest, it just has all the information, including a little like golden ticket sort of card of take these, this is what you need, and including the ticket to attend the event. So everything works really well with their shop and who they are for that invitation to their party.
Yeah, and it's worth noting this is one thematic element, really.
Right.
That it's about them and their party, but there's one thematic element here, and the concept is the guest opening the treasure chest, getting what they need, and being reminded of all those good memories playing Legend of Zelda on the NES.
Yes.
On your friend's NES, because I didn't have one. Anyway, all right, so let's look at this guidebook over here. This one's really cool. It's a little dangerous, actually, with a actual fly fishing fly on there. I'll try not to stab myself on camera, if that's okay.
For this bride and groom, they decided to do a full week of events and activities at Yellowstone Park with the wedding smack dab in the middle. So they needed a lot of information in the layout of a book because the guests needed all that information of what exactly is happening day by day, what time it happened and all that, and it's got their little about at the beginning. Yeah. And then it goes through like an overview of the day, and then it goes day by day with a map, and it's got all of the stuff that all of the guests needed to know what was happening every single day.
That's so cool.
So the concept of the guidebook works really well with their event and what people need to get the information.
Right. So this was literally a guidebook. Like there's no fluff here. This is actual information that they need. And it's got some cool other little thematic elements that add in.
They liked the library card, RSVP.
Like you check this out of a library and you're going on an adventure in the woods. And
they did actually do fly fishing. So the little fly that we had tied on the cover works really well with that theme too.
Yeah, it's practical. Cool. So there's a lot going on with these. And it should come as no surprise that we think that you should partner with a design professional to create your custom invitations. And you want to find somebody whose feedback you can trust.
Good designers will have a variety of professional experience. For example, I've done everything from museum signage to logos to banner ads for national brands, which are super fun. But the important thing is good designers know how to focus and how to communicate that message really well. So sometimes that focus means asking a client to let go of a particular idea that they really like in favor of another stronger concept. Or other times it means pushing a client to pursue an idea to its fullest.
Yeah, it's simply this. Creativity doesn't happen in a vacuum. I mean, we spend a lot of time working together, hashing out ideas and concepts, listening to the other person's feedback. Sometimes we even disagree. I'm sure that comes as such a shock. But we always trust each other, and we trust the other's input. And you see, we think you should partner with somebody that you can trust. Because if you do, you're going to be amazed at the result. So, just like last time, we want to leave you with some questions, some tools that you can use as you're considering your own custom invitations.
The number one question you have to ask is, what is the most important thing about my invitation? What is the first impression you want this to have?
Next, you need to ask, will your guests get it? I mean, after all, the best joke is the one that the audience gets.
And do the important details stand out? The when, the where, but also the accommodation information, especially the RSVP. Those things need to be extremely clear.
Yeah. And lastly, ask yourself, how many references are too many? How many themes can you pull in? Well, in our experience, it's at most 2, maybe 3, but 3 is really, really pushing it. See, we want you to consider all your guests. Consider how they're going to interact with the invitation. Be sure your concept is clear, that your theme is strong, that your layout is solid. Because when those 3 things are working together, then you'll be making the most of your custom invitation. Hey, thanks for watching. Click that subscribe button below to get our video in your feed every 2 weeks, or leave us a question or a comment. We love helping people out with their custom invitations. You can find us on social media, on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and Pinterest at PaperTruly, and you can find our shop at papertruly.com.